Hey everyone, Sojan here, back again with another video. So I ended up taking some pretty good advice that I was given on my previous raw footage Sojan Talks type videos, where I kind of repeat myself a lot and I don't get straight to certain points, and I do apologize for rambling on and the videos end up way longer than they're supposed to be. So I'm going to try to take those short criticisms that I received in those videos and try to do better moving forward. Again, I don't do this all the time, so I just recently started doing videos like this, and I appreciate all the feedback, whether they be positive or negative, or whether you intend to hurt my feelings or actually help me do better. I take it as a way to improve myself and improve my videos, so I appreciate everybody who leaves feedback on my videos. So this is just me talking about stuff, so I'm going to get straight to the point. I am going to talk about what to do about your backlogged video game collection, specifically focused on the Nintendo Switch. But you could probably take this advice with any other console that you're playing, maybe even PS5 or PS4. But I'm strictly going to stick with Nintendo Switch games. I keep all my Switch games in these cases here. I'll try my best to remember to leave a link in the description below. I will leave a link in the description below as to which product you should look for on Amazon in order to buy these type of cases. There are other cases that look similar to these that are cheap, and I would recommend staying away from them. I don't know the exact names, but I'll leave a link in the description below to the proper one you want to look for, and I'll even mention in parentheses, do not buy anything else like listed as so-and-so. So I will make sure I do all that before this video goes live. So I do have all my regular Switch game cases, the empty cases themselves, on a shelf. So they are out on display. I just like having the cartridges themselves in these cases just because they're easier to carry and take around with me. I have a bunch of these, each one representing different types of games I have. Multiplayer games, games I've beaten. In this particular case here, these are all the Switch games that I have that are games I have yet to beat. Games that I'm probably either almost done, beating, or games that I'm in the middle of beating. Games that I started to play and then I kind of put down and ignored for a while. So these are all my backlogged Switch games that I have to beat, and it's quite a lot. I'm gonna be honest right now. It's kind of it's kind of overwhelming, and I know I'm not the only one here. Especially those of you watching now, you probably have your own backlogged collection, and you're curious as to how I handle this. As of right now, that was Persona 5 Royal. I am in the middle of playing that right now at the moment, and I'm very close to beating it, so at least the main story. But how do I handle this? So basically, I just dive into whatever I feel like it at the moment. I try not to play too many games all at once, because then when you're bouncing back and forth between like 5+ games, you kind of just forget to focus on certain games. I tried to pick at least a minimum like 2 to 3 games at a time. If I can, I try to just focus on 2 games at a time. And I usually pick a very long game, like a game that takes a very long time to play, and then a game that's significantly shorter, if that makes sense. So at the time, I was playing Persona 5 Royal for a long, long time, because that game, at the minimum, takes about 110 hours to complete the main story. Obviously, you're going to go past 110 hours if you play like the game. If you play the game like I do, where you take your time with it and you do a lot of side missions and side quests. And I played that alongside with a game called Wavetale. It's not in here right now. I took it out because I finally finished that game. Wavetale is like a 3-hour game, so I was playing it back and forth between those 2 games, and then eventually, obviously, I beat Wavetale. As soon as I beat Wavetale, I went back to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and decided to tackle the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, even though I already beat the story a long time ago, and dove into that alongside with Persona 5 Royal. So whenever I would get bored of one, I would just jump back into the other one, if that makes sense. But I would hyper focus on each game until I get bored of it. And once I got bored of it, I would give it a break, not give myself any, burnout, and I would jump into a much shorter game. So I would highly recommend, just picking a longer game plus a really short game that you've been meaning to play and put them back to back and just jump back and forth between them. But obviously, put your focus on each one at a time. Don't let yourself get burnt out. Play it until you don't feel like playing it anymore. And it's okay. Once you get tired of it, give it a break. Step away from it, and then jump into a shorter game and go from there. So just focus at least up to 2 games at a time. And I would also focus probably... I wouldn't focus too much on the fact that, you have all these older games that you've been sitting on. Like, I've been sitting on Destroy All Humans probably ever since it first came out to the Switch. And honestly, I'm okay with that because I have played this game many times to full completion, even 100%ed it at one point back then on the PS2. So I have beaten this game in the past. I've just never beaten it on the Switch before. It's still on my backlog, and I still want to play it to completion on here on the Switch, obviously. So give me a sec. There's a little dust thing on it. And it's gone. Excuse me. And it's gone. So, yeah, I would just highly recommend doing that. Just pick at least 2 games at a time that give you joy. So I apologize. I repeated myself again. That is something that I have a problem with. I'm going to try my best to catch myself when I do it and apologize for it right away. I'm going to try not to repeat myself. So as you can see, these are all my backlog games. I got Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2. I never really played those games to completion. Space for the Unbound, I just recently got that, not that long ago. And I started diving into it, and I started getting addicted to the game because I love the story. But I kind of backed out on purpose to focus on finishing a much, much bigger game like Persona 5 Royal, which I am very close to finishing. You can see for yourself all the games that I have here. A good number of them are gifts from a friend of mine, like Captain Derpy, who gifted me some games like Citizens Unite, and I want to say No More Heroes, which should be in another area. Some games that contain multiple games like Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters. This is going to stay in here until I finish all 6 games. I'm currently playing the first game right now on the channel. I'll probably be finishing that up with a final live stream before I even get this video up. So this video will be up after I finish that live stream of the first game. So I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check out that playthrough. So my goal is to just live stream all of those except for the 6th one by myself. The 6th one I want to live stream with my wife Camy eventually. But yeah, there's just games like even Battle Network. I played and beat the first game on the channel. I'll also leave a link in the description below if I remember to do that. All those are in playlists. You can check the playlist section on my channel if you want to watch them. And yeah, I have fun with it. Like I try not to overwhelm myself. I just randomly pick whatever I feel like playing, and I just play it. It's no big deal. So honestly, I'm gonna be honest about this whole entire thing here. Like with all these games, probably the game that I least care to play, but I do want to play it again eventually once I at least cut this whole collection of games down in half and at least beat good number of these games, like at least 2 more pages of these, which should equal about let's see, there's 12 here, so 24 more games. If I could beat at least 24 more games, I will dive back into Pokemon Legends Arceus. I don't know what it is. I both like it and don't like it at the same time. It can be kind of boring, but I also really do enjoy it. So it's one of those games that I'm like, yeah, I'm not in a rush to beat it, but it would be nice to eventually beat it. So, yeah, I don't know. There's really not much else I can really say about advice as to what you should do to play your games. You should just, like I said, you should just pick at least, at the minimum, 2 to 3 games at a time. As long as, one of them is the longer game, if that makes sense. Like, if it's Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, like a really long game that you've been meaning to play, and at least like 1 or 2 other games that are very short. I'm talking about like anywhere between like a 3-hour game to 15-hour game or even 20-hour game, something that's not going to take you forever, and that you can bounce back and forth between said games. There's no particular set of rules to this. You just do it how you feel like it, and I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, and if you guys have any advice for me or any advice for other people, that you can leave in the comments below as to how people can tackle their collection of backlogged games. I've heard people come up with spreadsheets where you basically come up where you list all your games on a spreadsheet, and you list like which games that you are close to beating, which games that you're in the middle of playing, which ones that you just started playing, and which ones you have a long way to go, especially with beating certain games on certain collections. So as soon as I beat like one game on this collection, which is Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, I'm going to dive back into the Battle Network collection, beat the second game because I already beat the first game on the channel. Once I beat that second game, I'm going to jump back into this collection again. So kind of going back and forth, live streaming that on the channel, taking my sweet time with it because I'm not in a rush, So, and then I have like games like Live Alive where I am on the final true boss on this game, and obviously it's going to be one of many different endings that the game has, but it'll be the first time I ever complete the game on my own, so I am curious as to what ending I will end up getting, because I don't know, but I'm perfectly content with just getting one ending, and as long as it's good enough for me, I'm willing to move on forward away from it for a while. I might live stream it again someday in the future to try to get other different endings. We will see. But, yeah. And then games like Luigi's Mansion 3. I played it for like a little bit on the channel just to show it off during Halloween at one point. But I never really like fully dove into that game. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I recently got that. I know it's a very, very long game. And I was planning on playing it right after Persona 5 Royal. But I'm going to be honest, I think after I beat Persona 5 Royal, I'm just going to dive into shorter games and try to, knock out some shorter games that I'm very close to beating, like Live Alive, and possibly even Pokemon Legends Arceus. I might even try to tackle that a little sooner than later. I never played Brilliant Diamond to completion. I have played Shining Pearl before, so I might even dive back into that. Maybe even Cereza and the Lost Demon, because I am pretty far in this game. I just don't know how far I am. Another Code Recollection is another game that I really want to dive back into, but I'm still at the very beginning of that game, so I don't know if I'll dive back into it right away, but we'll see. Again, it's whatever I feel like playing at the time, and I just go for it. So let me know if this helps you out in any way. I apologize if it's a useless video for you. If I helped out even one person who comments below saying thank you so much for your advice, this has helped me with my backlog list or whatever, honestly, that's more than enough for me. That right there shows me that this video was worth making in general. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, all notifications to be notified when I go live and upload, because I don't do it as often as other YouTubers do. So the YouTube algorithm will favor the bigger YouTubers, and I'll get drowned out. But by you putting on that bell icon and all notifications after subscribing to me and liking my video, you show your support, and it helps you know when I go live and upload, like I said. So go ahead and leave me some sort of emoji down below related to video games. It could be literally any video game related emoji. Once I receive that video game emoji, it could be a game controller, a compact disc, or whatever. Something video game related, I will heart your comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to join the Discord, you must be 18 years of age or older to join. Discord link will be in the description, so you can join my Discord. Once again, you must be 18 years of age or older to join. And please be courteous to others. Don't spam. And there is a section on the channel where you can promote your own YouTube channel. It's called Promotions. Just please read the rules and regulations on your way in, and don't spam, like I said. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any other suggestions for any other type of videos I can make, let me know. I have a lot more Switch games I could talk about. I can even talk about my multiplayer games. which is in this little pile over here in this case. I could talk about a number of things, even my older retro games, which I don't own a whole lot. So I do have ideas for more videos, but yeah, leave leave ideas down below, and stuff I could talk about, certain games that you may want to see me talk about. And in fact, by you joining my Discord, you can check out the Sojan's video game collection channel, and you can see literally every Switch game, PS5 game, and PS4 game that I own on there. I only listed those type of games, and you can pretty much pick a game that you want to see me do a video about, or you want me to just talk about it. Like, oh, what are my thoughts on this? I do have a video idea for the near future of a certain game series that I want to talk about. So I don't know if it's going to be a live podcast or if it's going to be just a recorded video where I just talk about the games. I don't know yet. So we'll see. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me a video game related emoji in the comments. I'll heart your comments. And you guys are awesome. Stay safe, be excellent to each other, and bye-bye.